It's time to make breakfast. I'm gonna make a breakfast that I've been having pretty much all mornings for the last week and a half. Something special. Don't get your hopes up. It's just good.
Okay, this is a super simple breakfast, but it's honestly what I crave most time. Breakfast is just simple. It's not that complicated. It's not that creative, especially on a weekday. So I've been making this little toasty cheese bread, and I'm basically just making some fried eggs and some sausage. I'm obsessed with this new chicken sausage that I found because it's a breakfast sausage and it's really tasty and it has a lot of protein. So be on the lookout for Belinsky's sausage at the grocery store. And I'm also trying to get in more fruit, and I feel like I forget how easy it is to just cut up some fruit and put it in a bowl and eat it on the side. So that's pretty much breakfast. Some toast, some eggs, some sausage, and some fruit.
There's something about cutting up fruit that just makes the fruit taste better. Like oranges, apples, pears, even bananas, I like to cut them up. This is breakfast, nice and simple to get us started for the day. Hello, it's lunchtime. I'm gonna make some of these frozen potatoes that I made a while ago. I think they're still good. Like, I don't know, when something is frozen, how long does it last in the freezer is a good question. But if you know the answer to, let me know. I made these steamed baby potatoes myself. Whatever I didn't eat at that time, I froze in this bag. I'm gonna heat up these potatoes. I also have some chicken thighs that I'm going to season. I'm also gonna make one of my new favorite side salads or main salads. I've fallen in love with fennel. I used to never eat fennel. I thought it tasted a little bit too much like licorice.
Honestly, at lunch, I don't go too crazy. I like to keep things fast and simple because it's the middle of the day and we got things to do. So for the chicken, we're keeping it simple. The seasoning is the same anytime I make chicken, honestly. It's the Trader Joe's onion salt with some type of smoked paprika or regular. And then for the fennel, I like mine to be sliced pretty thinly because it does have a crunch even when it's thin. For the dressing, I do the same dressing in all my salads and it's the best. Like, I don't ever want to try any other dressing. It's literally just mustard with some honey, some olive oil, some vinegar, lemon, and salt. That's all you need. I never measure anything, which I'm really sorry about because I know that's kind of defeats the purpose of making these recipes, but I think you can figure it out just by eyeballing. It's all about taste and everyone's taste is different. Anyways, this lunch was really good. I highly recommend you guys try out fennel if you've never had it. I am also just very late to the game, but either way, this was a great lunch.
Fennel in salad, you have to try this. Hello friends, I have been at my computer most of the day and it's now dark outside. I haven't been outside all day, which is not good. I'm snacking on some Thai coconut pancakes from Trader Joe's. They're these little like coconut ball things. Pretty good. A nice sweet snack. Hear that crunch? Having it with some tea. We're about to start setting up the podcast to record. It is episode 150 and it's the last episode of season 3. Hey, you want to come try one of these?
Wait, do we have more?
No, this is it.
Now, this dinner has been on repeat. I think it's a great week dinner that it's so easy to even meal prep or make extra and have it for lunch the next day. We are making taco bowls, burrito bowls, whatever you want to call it. It's so simple. The formula is always having some type of carb, which in this one we had sweet potatoes. I make a salsa with avocado, tomato, cilantro, lime, red onion. And then for the protein, we did some ground beef with taco seasoning and then topped it off with some cheese and some pickled jalapenos. Like, what's better than that?
We went and got some bagels for breakfast because there's an egg shortage, so there's like no eggs anywhere. I just feel like that's like the #1 breakfast food that at least I eat. And then there's yogurt, which we also didn't have any in the fridge. Either way, we're just having a bagel morning. This is my go-to bagel order always. Everything bagel with cream cheese, usually scallion, but I forgot to tell them. Pastrami, salmon lox, onion, capers, and cucumber. Very crunchy bagels this morning. Okay, so I'm actually gonna get my workout in now because I don't want it to be hanging over my head all day. I just changed, and actually, I've been trying really hard to remember to take my vitamins. I was really not good at taking my vitamins last year. If I remember that after I eat breakfast, I have to take my vitamins, then it's more likely that I'll remember. I just recently got this vitamin case. It's so much easier to remember to take your vitamins if you're curious. I take this cold sore suppression medication. I get cold sores and I've gotten cold sores my entire life. So I take this every other day. I also take vitamin D and magnesium, and more recently, I just started taking Fatty 15. This is what this vitamin is called. I think it's so cute. Let me show you actually what. This is the bottle. This is Fatty 15. It's a super cool supplement, and I'm actually so excited. I am partnering with them on this portion of the video. This is a C15 fatty acid supplement. It's one of the first fatty acids that has been discovered in the last 90 years. If you don't know, fatty acids are really important for our cells' health. Our cells are literally everything that makes our body, and the health of our cells is very important, especially as we age. What makes C15 so special is that it contains 3 times more cellular benefits than omega-3s. So think like your fish oil that you might take. Basically what Fatty 15 does is it repairs our cells, and it also protects them from further damage that comes with aging. I have definitely felt a difference in my sleep. I've been getting way deeper sleep. I can see it on my sleep tracker. Overall, like during the day, my energy levels are kind of more balanced. They're not as like up and down depending on the time of the day. All of these habits that I am trying to practice daily are for longevity and for the next 10, 20, 30 years, as I've said before, and Fatty 15 fits right into that goal. So if you guys also want to elevate your cells with Fatty 15, you can check out the link below, and you can also use my code ALIA to get a 10% off discount for your first subscription. It's all linked below. There's so much information, you can read all about it. I'm gonna take my vitamins now, and I'm going to go to the gym and get that workout in, and then move on with the day. And also, get yourself a supplement box. It's gonna make all the difference in being consistent with your vitamins. For lunch, I'm gonna show you guys one of my favorite recipes that I've been making a lot. This is a full chicken, even though this is actually the smallest one I've ever seen. I always thought making a full chicken is really intimidating, like what do you do? So I'm here to show you how to do that. I already made this recipe about like 4-5 times maybe. I'm also gonna make it with one of my favorite salads that I've been also eating a lot this winter because it uses winter produce. Let's just get this chicken underway.
Now I know some of you might get intimidated by handling a whole chicken like this, or even triggered, which I totally understand, but trust me, it's easy. All you have to do is cut out along the 2 sides of the backbone, and you just take it out and you flatten its chest, and this allows for even cooking and also faster cooking. Now I like to brine my chicken usually, so I would do this a day ahead, and all you have to do is measure the right parts of salt to the weight. These are all going to be details in the instructions. The glaze is just some maple syrup and chili oil. It's literally all you need for a chicken glaze. I am obsessed with this salad, and I've made it so many times. I've even posted it on my Instagram if you recognize it from there. This is a radicchio citrusy winter salad using so many like winter only produce. So I would highly take advantage of making this salad soon. But I have made this several times. It's so good. If you've never had radicchio, it's just more sensitive for people that don't really like bitter things. But I think it also works so well with this slightly spicy, salty, and sweet chicken. This is probably my favorite recipe out of this whole video. You guys, I hope that you try it. Let me know if you do.
Can you put it down? No. Well, you have never been anything but very kind to me. cooked to perfection.
For dinner tonight, we had our pot of rice with something dinners, where we make a pot of rice in the rice cooker, and then we later decide what we're gonna put on top. Tonight, we decided on Thai steak salads. They're so good. We used to have them in Seattle all the time, and they are probably one of my favorite Thai dishes. Obviously, this is not authentic, but I tried my best to recreate it with some red onion, thickly sliced cucumbers, cilantro. If I had tomatoes, I would have added those too, and then made a fish sauce, lime juice, soy sauce, and brown sugar dressing. Mixed everything together, put it on top of the rice, and I like to top mine off with a little bit of chili oil.
And I've made this a few times. I'm really bad, like most of the time I eyeball salad dressings and sauces and stuff, put a bunch of ingredients together and taste it and adjust the taste based on my preference. And I feel like that's a good skill to have, which is why I feel like most of the recipes in my videos are not going to be with measurements. So maybe it's a good thing because that way everybody's gonna learn how to make their food taste how they like it. I wish I had tomatoes because tomatoes would be really good in this, but we ran out. It is so good and refreshing, nice and light, comes together so fast. And if you have leftover, it's even better the next day when it's been like sitting in the marinade for a while. And I also just started watching this new show called Apple Cider Vinegar on Netflix. I'm intrigued. Good morning. It's another very gloomy day. I don't know what's going on. Like I feel like this whole video, it's been so dark in every shot because it's just been super rainy, snowy, gloomy, no sun whatsoever this week. I'm gonna make like a breakfast taco situation, and then I have a meeting in the city that I have to leave for pretty soon. So chop chop, gotta go.
Now, this is a pretty self-explanatory recipe, but I just enjoy doing these voiceovers on these videos because I don't get to do voiceovers that often. But I'm just frying up that same sausage that we did on the first day. I'm obsessed with these. I have them almost every morning. And I just scrambled 2 eggs. I put it on the tortilla, topped it with some manchego, a little bit of fresh avocado, some of those pickled jalapenos from Trader Joe's, and cilantro.
Can never go wrong with a breakfast taco. Really good. We just picked up some lunch. Yoni convinced me. I was like, no, I'm filming a food video. I have to show a recipe. But the reality is I just want to eat lunch and move on with the day. And that means we're gonna pick up some lunch. So we got this bowl. I'm gonna tell you what's in the bowl when we get home. Walking to the subway right now. I really enjoy this walk, especially because it's not raining anymore. And it's really nice and not too cold outside. We are home. There's quite honestly too many things to even tell you. I don't even know what's in here. There's rice, there's cabbage, there's kale, there's seaweed salad, there's onion, there's edamame, big heaping scoop of avocado on top. I got double chicken. I probably won't eat all of this right now, especially since I want to go on my run that I was supposed to go on yesterday. It got too late, it was too dark, so I just went and did a workout in the gym. But today I have to go on a run so then I can space out the runs and still go on my long run on the weekend.
White hoodie, white rug.
getting ready for a run. We put the new rug that we got in the living room. I am not sold on the color 100%. The rug looks a little bit different than it did online, which I feel like happens all the time. You never really know what something is gonna look like in your space until it is truly in your space, but we'll see. But I have to do a 5-mile run, nice and easy run, no speed work or anything. So I'm just gonna head out and get it done. Yeah, our apartment just feels like there's so much stuff to do in it. There's so many things that we want to figure out and do, and we have so many things, just like, you know, the lack of storage is a little bit hard. Finding the right things, and then when you finally decide on something and then you get it and you see it in person, it doesn't really land the way that you want it to, and it doesn't fit or look the way you imagined. It's kind of disappointment, and then returning things is a hassle, so then you have to resell it. But I'm gonna go on a run because that's the thing that I gotta do. Here's the rug. It looks better in the video.
So once the lighting change.
Yeah, like the lighting, I just kind of wish we got it without these squares. There was an option where it was just the rug without the like square details, and the square details looked different online, but yeah.
Now, because we had leftover chicken, I was trying to not do a lot tonight. As you can see, your girl is gardening and making dinner, but I simply was just making my go-to tomato sauce pasta. I will give you guys the formula that I like to use in the details of the recipe, but I pretty much use this anytime I'm craving very tomato forward pasta and I want to keep it simple but still interesting and build that flavor. For the chicken, it's very easy to just like take it off the carcass. And I actually decided to use the bones that were left over and the meat on the bones to make a little stock. I'll also make a note of everything that I put in there if in case you want to also use up the leftover chicken carcass to make a little stock. It's good. It's really nice for sipping.
I'm just setting up my show. As I said, I have one episode left of apple cider vinegar. This is dinner tonight. I feel like we have one of these dinners at least once a week where we have some type of leftover protein. And as I said, like this chicken will give you, and this was a small chicken. Usually the chickens are a little bit bigger. And then I had some little mozzarella balls, but like the soft mozzarella. So that's what the white bits are in there. And with some chicken. Morning. We are making a big batch of granola. I showed you guys this recipe many times. I'm gonna show it to you again. I was gonna maybe try like a new experiment on flavor. For some reason I feel like a miso granola sounds good to me, but today's not the day because it is Friday morning. I have an appointment at 11. Super easy, quick, and then while that's happening, I'm gonna take a shower.
The good old granola recipe that I have shown you and made time and time again. It has not changed. It's the same. As I said, I kind of want to play around with the recipe maybe next time when I have more time to explore. But I like the basic things. The key ingredient in here is the almond butter. That's what gives it the flavor. That's what makes this different. Because this whole sauce becomes the best, delicious, like it's liquid gold. It tastes like plant-based caramel, but even better. This recipe is super forgiving. You can play around with the textures and what you like and what nuts. I prefer pumpkin seeds, but you can do anything your heart desires. The sky's the limit with this one.
The granola is ready. I did slightly burn the other one. I just will remove the very burnt bits. This is like the color that I take mine to. And now I just this. And that way you have like some really nice crunchy bits that are like bigger. So I'm just gonna build my yogurt bowl and have my breakfast and make a coffee. Then go to my appointment and then probably go to a coffee shop and get some work done there because it's Valentine's Day. We're getting a nice little Valentine's Day dinner tonight, which I'm excited for. But yeah, Let's make this breakfast.
This has been my go-to yogurt bowl combo for the last couple of months, like since the beginning of the year. It's yogurt, maple syrup, my granola, fresh apple, and almond butter. You have to try this combo. I know it's not revolutionary, but it's really good.
I want to settle this because I just need your opinion on the rug. But this is the rug. The lighting is really intense right now, but it's kind of nice. The camera is not picking it up well, but I don't know how I feel about the rug, guys. It's nice. I think it looks better on camera than in real life. It's just that these squares, I don't like how they're light. And I kind of wish that we just didn't get the squares and it was all like one even green, you know? I'm just really struggling to decide how I feel about it. Doesn't help that we have like a white table and a light colored couch. We would like to change the couch color, but we're not gonna do that right now. I just don't really know, like even with this combination, I just don't like how like the white, there's like so much whiteness, but it looks weird. It kind of looks like we have grass in the living room, and it's supposed to work really well with the wood. And it does, but at the same time, I don't know why I just don't love it. Like when I look at it, something about it makes me feel like I don't like it. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I am struggling. Like there's some areas that I like how it looks, and then there's some that I just don't. So maybe it needs to grow on me or something.
If your whole life you've been having cereal and electric, common question. You know what? I actually think Natalie, thank you, and long term. So I should have done this before my lunch, but I
Getting ready for a run, because what else do we do? I have to run 8.5 miles today, and I'm not looking forward to it. I'm gonna take the subway to Central Park, and I'm gonna do the full loop and then a little bit of an extra loop so I can get 8.5. I'm not gonna lie to you, I am not excited for this run. It's kind of crazy how I'm halfway through my training. I feel like I literally just started training for this half marathon. We're now completing week 6. Somehow, I don't know, somehow we got here. That's the plan for the day. I just had breakfast. I was just kind of chilling at home, procrastinating this run. That's kind of the biggest thing on my schedule today on a Saturday. It's super cold out and gross and gloomy. This afternoon at like 5 p.m. it's gonna start snowing or raining or something. The biggest plan of today is going on this run and then making some yummy food, and that's it. So got so lucky because as soon as I was almost done with my run, it started snowing. And then it started really snowing. As I said, that run is my main thing for today. That was my main activity. I am now home, cozy, literally so cozy. Watching the snow go down, I stopped at the store to grab some cod because I wanted to make this miso cod. My mom actually made it when we went to Seattle and it turned out amazing. So I'm gonna try to recreate it. She sent me like a few recipes. There's no, all the recipes are kind of the same. The only thing is I don't have any sake, and the recipe is like sake, mirin, miso, and sugar. I don't have sake, so I think I'm just gonna do extra mirin. Miso cod does have to marinate for a while, so I'm thinking I'm gonna like put it all together now and then make a quick random lunch. There's a bunch of leftovers in the fridge that I'm probably just gonna like mix together on a plate and then make the miso cod tonight, and it comes together really quick. I'm going to make lunch and just hang out at home. I could also take a nap right now, honestly.
Now, this is a very simple recipe, and somehow I ended up messing it up. I can't tell you that this is a recipe that you should make because it didn't really turn out the way I expected it to. I followed what I thought were all the steps, but they were not all the steps because I was being lazy, and the steps that I omitted out of the process turned out to be very important. I am still going to try to make this recipe again with all the proper steps, and I will give you an update on that at some point. But I highly recommend you guys try this out because even though it wasn't perfect, it still tasted pretty great.
Okay, so I don't really know what happened. The fish, this is sauce here that just like burnt. It's like a crusty, so ignore that. But like the sauce on top of the fish, it kind of like became black. It's because I didn't boil the sauce. I've seen some recipes where the miso sauce, you boil it with the sake, mirin, sugar, and then it dissolves the sugar, which kind of makes sense. And it also boils down the sake like alcohol. I feel like I should have still done that. So then you have to cool it down and then it has to marinate for a day or two. I kind of took the easy route and clearly something went wrong. So I'm gonna try this again, but let's see how it tastes. Oh, it was good. I'll definitely try to make it the proper way next time, but it still works. If you're lazy, you can do it this way. Here's your bite. I'm currently editing the video that you're watching. I'm realizing I never made an outro, so this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video, another video full of cooking and life and recipes. There are some gems in there. I would say my favorite has to be that roasted chicken with the radicchio salad. If there's one recipe you guys should make, it's that one. Now, I actually wanted to share with you guys that from now on, I want to change the way that I share these recipes with you guys. In terms of the actual recipes, the ingredients, like the steps and all those things, I want to make them more accessible. It's easy for you to actually reference back to the recipes whenever you want to make them. If you haven't noticed, everybody is making Substacks. And I also have actually made a Substack. I just haven't made it public and I haven't shared it anywhere. I've been stumped on what to name it. When this video comes out, it's just gonna be called Ali Zaitza, my name. However, I am asking you guys to please let me know what names you think would be good for my Substack, where I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be sharing. I know for a fact, like, I just want that to be a place where you guys can go and reference back the recipes, because it just makes a lot more sense, just so that they're all consolidated together. If you ever want to make my granola recipe, or if you want to make like that chicken recipe or anything else I've done before, I'm gonna work on transferring old videos
recipes on there eventually. I just like haven't had the time. But I would also like the Substack to be another nicheless place because I don't have a niche. I just share whatever I'm into or I like. So I think it's gonna be an extension of that. But I just don't know what to call it because I don't want it to just be my name and I don't want it to be just something like Alia's Notes or Alia's Thoughts. I kind of don't want it to have my name in it at all. So I'm taking submissions. I would appreciate it very much. The Substack will be linked in the description. And from now on, I'm gonna work and make the time to like update it with different things, whether it's, you know, old video recipes, or if it's like a list of certain things. If you guys have any requests, anything specific that you would like me to do on Substack or that you would like to hear from me. And I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you guys next week. And don't forget to check out Fatty15. Thank you for sponsoring. It's all down below. And I'll see you next time. Okay, I've got to finish editing this now.